Hey guys, just a farm update. Here's these guys. And so one thing that we had just recently, let me move to a better spot. So I've been kind of curious about this banana tree. So it's pretty tall and it had a really big flower. So it's producing lots of bananas. And I believe it's because it's next to the wastewater from the pigs. So what I'm planning on doing, or what I've started a little bit, is over here we have a lot of wastewater from the temporary pens, and we have banana trees in the way. So over there we have a bunch of banana trees that are in the way where we're gonna build, and we're gonna build over to the other septic tank there. But from this temporary pen, there's all this wastewater. So what I want to do is transplant a lot of those that are over there over and put them all right along next to. And I started to do it before. I planted one there and these two and that one. And so I want to kind of plant all along here and then over here, and plant more here and there and over here, because all of that side we're going to be building the more permanent structures for the pigs pens, and then so that's what the plan is, to kind of clear up some of that, so then it's kind of clear, so we can start building out and also connect to where we're going to have the septic tank over there. So anyway, this is just the farm update. Show you the pigs. So you these guys over here. Hey little piggies. Yeah, we sold one, and I had a video showing us getting the one from back there. And this guy's so talkative. Yeah. Huh. And these guys in here. But yeah, this is one of the temporary pens, and the big mama is in here. And these guys over here, these three, and these three. You guys are just so lazy. They just had some food, and so they're laying down resting after eating. I can understand it. But anyway, so part of my plans, and I brought some moringa out to mix into their feed. I don't know if you guys know much about like fermenting feeds, but this is our feed fermentation here. So as you ferment feed, it helps that the nutrients are more bioavailable, meaning that they can absorb more of the nutrients, more protein and more of the vitamins. So because we don't have the luxury to have we don't have a bunch of buckets in order to really ferment them to leave it fermenting for a couple of days like most people do. What we do is we have cheesecloth, and we try to strain out the food, and we use the cheesecloth to keep the liquid because it has all the beneficial bacterias. So it's not a very good fermentation, but at least it does some. And as we progress, as it gets more and more of the bacterias in the starter water, then it should continue to do more, but it's only for, in between feedings that it's sitting here fermenting. I'm trying to figure if I'm going to add more buckets to make it be a longer process. But yeah, so in here some of our cheesecloth down here, and we use that to strain it so that we get all of the feed, and then just leave the water. So that's one of my ways that I'm trying to save on feed to make a little bit more money, is using fermented feed. They say that I think I've seen videos with people that do it for chickens, and they're able to reduce their feed in like half for their chickens. So hopefully that should be doing a good job, and so that they can be more healthy, so that their food ends up being more healthy. They don't have to eat as much, they can absorb more, and if they absorb more, they should poop less, you know. And they become happier and healthier, getting their probiotics. And so yeah, so I've been trying to dig out some of these. So this is, like I said, this is where we want to try to dig out, and I was digging out some of the banana trees here. It gets kind of a pain, and I wish I would have come here in the morning or earlier in the morning. It's late afternoon here now. I wish I'd come earlier in the morning when it's cooler and easier to work. And then I was also digging out some of this line because it looked kind of full of muck. So I started to dig it out so it can kind of, I'm thinking about digging it out that way, so then it has those lines like this, but on that side. And then I can plant on the hills and plant more of the banana trees. Some of that might be kind of temporary because we're planning, after we build this, the side over here, after we build all this and hook it to the septic tank once it's done, then we want to eventually build on this side and do another septic tank in that corner, so that then we can connect this side that's full of pens to this septic tank and to that septic tank. And this is more of our permanent plan, instead of this temporary stuff that we got going on here. I mean, this one, it was still kind of temporary, but we do have some pipes hooked up so that, and we're going to hook onto the pipe to bring it all the way down. We're going to keep about the same spacing behind the new pens. So, you know, we're going to keep about that spacing and have and build the new pens about to the back there. But I want to build them out quite a bit more so that they're a lot bigger, because these pens are just way too small for what I want to do. And that's kind of the plan, so that we can have the mama pigs, get them pregnant and have babies. So this is kind of an update to the farm, what we're doing, what we're planning, and how things are going. Things always seem to go a lot slower than we want, though. So yeah, I've been digging on that, and that's kind of the idea, though, is I want to put these banana trees over here and along and over here and maybe over here, because they are high nitrogen absorbers. They call it heavy feeders, meaning that they like to have high nitrogen. So if this has lots of high nitrogen from the temporary pen over here, then that should feed them, and they should be happy and healthy and grow some healthy bananas. And we can feed, sometimes we throw in the banana pills to the pigs, and the pigs eat those up and they like them. But there's not a lot of nutrients in them. It would probably be better if we throw it into the fermented feed so that they can break down a little bit. So anyway, so that's the farm, and hopefully we should be planting some more moringa. I'm hoping to bring more moringa out every time most of the times that I come out to the farm, and try to get some of this stuff done. We live a ways away from the farm, so it's not like I can just walk out the door and do this farm work. But anyway, it's kind of the update for today. The pigs keep growing fast, but we're holding off on buying any more babies until we get this stuff taken care of, get more infrastructure. So that's farm update for today. And hopefully we'll get rid of some of this temporary stuff and get more permanent. Our little guys. Still little. Gotta make it where it's a lot easier. Another thing before I close this. So this seems very temporary to me. I'm not a big fan of having the waters like this. I got a solar pump so that we can hook it up and pump from the tank, or their well, quote unquote well. So I want to set that up so that we can pump from the well and have a tank high up in the air, and then have a pipe coming down under the ground and then feed to the waterers on all the pens, so that they can all have water, and that will help so that Rafi and his wife are not. It helps to free up some of the time. Yeah, it works to do this, but this is for small scale, and it takes so much time and hassle to fill these every, I don't know how often, like every hour or something. They drink the water, and it seems like it's just too temporary, and they break it. So I want to change that to be more permanent by hooking up a tank in the air and hooking up the solar, and then hooking up all the pipes and running it underground, and then up to each pen and run it to all of the pens that we're going to be building over there, so that they all have water, and then we don't have to worry about water running out, because that's another thing that hampers the growths, is if they don't have water, if they don't notice that the water's out, and then they get thirsty, and that makes it so that the pigs don't grow as fast and as healthy. So this little structure here is good, kind of good. We can try to put the solar up, but I think I need to reinforce it. It's kind of rickety that they built. They do a lot of things temporary, like here. And there's the water down there in the well. I'd say that's probably about 5 or 6 foot down. That's the water level. The water has gone down a little bit. It's down enough in the septic tank that we should be able to start working on that and get that finished up. But I'm trying to figure where we're going to build to put the tank. Hopefully it should be somewhere here next to the well, so we can have the pump, the solar, and the water tank up. But we got to build it where it's going to be more structurally secure. This here is, like I said, look at that. It's kind of rickety. Looks temporary. But yeah, this is where they wash their dishes and wash their clothes and everything here. So who am I to judge? This is how they're trying to help us and living here, but it's an upgrade from where they were living. But anyway, so that's a farm update for today. Hopefully the next couple days I'll be able to have more updates. Now that my sister is gone, vacation's over, back to work. So anyway, that's the pig update for today.